All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. We're doing Oscars 2022, and this week's movie is King Richard, starring Will Smith, and it's about Serena Williams and Venus Williams, about their dad. So we're gonna get into that. But my name is St. Kramer. I'm with Fredo from the Pen and Grizzly Show.
How you doing?
So,
How you doing?
yeah, so we're about halfway through all the movies now.
Yeah.
So it's a couple weeks away still,
Yes,
and this one, I'm kind of disappointed that I slept on it when it first
King
came
Richard?
out.
King
Yeah,
Richard? Yeah.
yeah, because it was really good, like
It was
really good. Yeah. I remember, yeah, it came out. I'm like, oh, I'll watch it, and then I just never got around to like watching it. I think I started it and then I got distracted. But man, so also we'll discuss a little bit about Will Smith, who's up for Best Actor, and Ellis. I'm gonna destroy her name. I'm sorry, Aunjanue Ellis. But she played Brandi Williams, which was the mom. And they're both up for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actress. So we'll get into that a little bit too. But yeah, man, what were some of the good things you liked about this one?
I really liked everything about it. I don't know if you know this. Unfortunately, their sister got murdered, got shot in Crenshaw and passed away
Oh, I didn't
during
know that.
yeah, during this whole time around that time age and stuff. But they left that out. And it's the smart one that stood behind while she
Uh-huh.
graduated her honors, while the other family moved away to Florida, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So anyway, in that movie, they left that part out, or it wasn't until after that whole ending scene. But I really like this movie. Will Smith played as a different character I've ever seen. I seen him with concussion. I think he played with the accent and stuff. Now this one he had like a lisp or something. I
Yeah.
I don't know. It was something with it. He was hunchback, and he, for this movie, he
That
seemed
weird
like
walk,
yeah,
like a bad hip kind of walk, kind of
yeah. So
down.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was amazing how this guy portrayed him, how Will Smith portrayed him, and I really liked the whole cast. To be honest with you, because it really shows you, you know, he's a father of 5 girls. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And they lived in this little two-bedroom home, and my God, there's so much creativity, so much capture. You get to capture the picture, the scene. You get to see everything they live through, and then just put yourself in that predicament, in that stage. So it's a crazy amazing. I really love it. I really enjoyed it. I really really liked it a lot. So yeah, that's my take on it. I mean, Will Smith actually just stole the show in this whole movie. um the little girls, they were great. The
Mhm.
wife, she was perfect on there too. um a surprising cast. The cast of characters, I've known them from other movies. I don't know them as they are. But, it's like, wow, that guy was here and he was there and he was there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, man, but I just liked everything about it. And they had to deal with Will Smith. I understand why they call it King Richard now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, I don't know too much about them before. I want to say I didn't know the details of them before they got famous, or before they
Mhm.
became pros and stuff like that. I know their dad taught them, and he was really hard on them, and that's kind of all I knew up to that point. And then, obviously Serena and Venus are, I mean, without even question, the two best, tennis players
Mhm.
in the world ever. I mean, and it came from their dad. So, and they were part of the movie too. I don't think they were in the movie. I was looking for them. I don't remember seeing them in the movie. But I know they were involved in it a lot. So a lot had to have been fairly accurate. I get, not everything is. They have to exaggerate things for the movie and stuff like that. But I mean, even at the end of the movie, they showed actual video of
Yeah.
the little like hype clip of the two girls, like, oh, you wave and now you wave, down to the fur jacket that they were waving, the way they were waving, it was like dead on. And what Will Smith was wearing the entire time was like the short shorts with the socks and stuff like that. It was like the pictures they showed of Richard, the real life Richard, just like that. And you saw him walk and talk, and I'm like, wow, Will Smith, like, he spent time. I wonder if he got like family footage, just to study to play that dad perfectly, because he was really on it. But yeah, just the story is like, even like, I know a good movie is, especially when it's based on real life, I know how that match ends. I know how it ends, and I was still on the edge of my seat. I was like, it's like, so I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I know the outcome, but I'm still like rooting for her, even though I know she's gonna lose. So it was that's like a good sign, like, where it doesn't matter that the outcome. You're so invested in it. You're rooting. But yeah, Will Smith knocked it out of the park. Brandi, the girl who played Brandi Ellis, she crushed it as the mom, because there's times where she was like looking at Will and like I think the one part where he turned something down and she's like, don't excuse my silence for agreeing with you, and she was pissed. She was pissed. She goes, you do that again, like, what's up. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, all the cast was pretty cool. Like you said, a bunch of famous people, man. Bunch of famous people. Dylan McDermott was in it. Liv Shriver, Tony Goldwyn.
Right.
John Bernthal.
Yeah.
He was amazing in it.
He was.
That was, he had the little, that accent, that very kind of like a preppy boy, California kind of accent.
He played it spot on.
Yeah.
He played that spot on.
The way his whole demeanor was, how he walked around, even, was very like, it was very different from him, just him, you know what I mean? Like, that was just very well. So yeah, but the girls were amazing. I thought they weren't the focal point of the movie, but the parts that they were in it were pretty big. Like, they made Will Smith look better because they needed to have that relationship. And you, like, I don't know about you, but at times I forgot I was watching like Will Smith and these like girls. I'm like, oh, they must actually know each other, because they were just so connected and crying and acting like how somebody in that situation would act, I feel like. So
yeah, I mean, you could tell the chemistry between them. You could see the chemistry, and you could feel it. That's the most important part to me. I felt it. I'm a dad of a little girl, so I'm like, damn, that is sweet, or that is right to do. And yeah, dude, it was so many wows, so many. I was rooting for them. I never knew the outcome of that match, but yet I'm over here rooting for them. And I knew that for a fact, like, I knew something was, I knew something was not gonna happen. Something wasn't gonna happen, right? And I don't know. I got that feel like from Moneyball, where Moneyball, Brad Pitt always looked away. He never watched the game, and the dad never watched her matches. He like turned his back, whatever. He stayed from afar, from a distant. So I don't know if that actually happened or actually he did it, but he did it. He did it, and yeah, kudos to everyone there. And it's so disappointing that I think it was just Will Smith going for the best actor, right?
yeah.
I'm actually kind of shocked and surprised because I mean the supporting actors, the guy, what's his name again? John,
John Bernthal.
right? Supporting actor. I mean,
Bernthal.
hell, he should have been up there, or Aunjanue Ellis.
Yeah, she's up for best supporting actress.
Okay, yeah,
So she's up for best. Yeah, the wife.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I like the whole movie. I really do. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a movie that I want to watch again with my little girl to say, "Hey, look, you could be anything you want to be." You know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude, it was crazy, and I like the parts where he had him stay humble at all cost, at all times. So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. And one other thing I did, like, I don't know how true it was, but he made sure they stayed kids and they went to school.
Mhm,
Even like in the movies, like, oh, I forgot. I think he said Venus knows 4 languages. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he knew the importance of them being not only great athletes, but also well educated and being smart. Like, he knew the importance of being well rounded. You know what I mean? So it was like, he's like, yeah, like you could be great athletes and sign the first deal you get and make good money. He goes, or you can be smart and great athletes and make a buttload of money,
mhm.
and they did, so that was one thing I did like. I don't know how true it is again, but if it is true, kudos, because a lot of people won't do that. Even in Moneyball, like, you want to compare it to something like Moneyball. He takes the first contract he signs it, and he winds up being, not as great as they expected him to be.
Mhm.
So, and he kind of dwindled out and became a GM kind of, office guy. So yeah. So it was, I didn't really think too much like about Moneyball, but it did have a lot of similarities to something like that, which was another great sports movie. So,
Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah. So what are some of the things you didn't like, if anything?
Well, I didn't like, I think the violence, I don't know, they had to put that in there or just to show where the poverty came from. Where the guy was like, "Oh, we'll get me some of the homies, pull a train on you, or a 16-year-old girl." Then
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that's a little bit too much for me. Another thing was like how Will Smith's character kind of portrayed him in like, what did he say? I'm trying to remember what he said exactly. Oh, he agreed to have him ship the whole family to Florida. And
Hmm.
then when he gets to Florida, it's okay, we're gonna have juniors. Oh no, we're pulling him out of juniors. He's like, what the hell? Like
Yeah.
he never told him. He's like, okay, yeah, that's my fault. I never told you. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'd be upset. And it took him 3, 4 years for him to get paid. And
Yeah.
he got paid. He did get paid because he
Yeah.
gave 15% of whatever the kid's earnings.
Yeah.
15. So I wonder how long that's gonna last. So I
I,
mean,
yeah. That was one thing I wanted to look up after the movie and I forgot, was like, if that contract was true, and how, if it is true, how long is that? Because it made it seem like it was for life almost.
Mhm.
You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
I think it's enough
Oh,
to just give him to that level, to professional
yeah.
level,
Yeah.
to
Well, because they didn't make
plateau.
any money until they went pro, because they didn't play until they went pro. So that's why I'm
Mhm.
like, at what point, like, when does that contract end, kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Because I mean, if that's the case, he got 15% of $12 million or $15 million, which is, holy crap, a lot of money,
Right.
for, I mean, granted, he put a lot of work in, because he helped make them who they were, as tennis players and stuff like that too. But yeah, yeah, Rick Matchy,
Mhm.
he was their coach, one of their coaches. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty well done. But yeah, I'm there with you, where there's times where I'm like, what are you doing? Like, like, I'm literally like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why aren't you taking that deal? Like, what are you trying to do? And he keeps acting like he knows better, because his plan, that's what he keeps bringing up. He goes, it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. Even when Paul Cohen, the first coach, is
Right.
training him, and he keeps telling him, like,
Open your
open up your
stance.
stance, open your stance. And he's like, you need to stop and let me be the coach, because that's what you want. You know what I mean? So that was like, It wasn't like bad acting or anything. I get it was part of the story, and he's like a protective father, but it's also like part of it. I'm like, stop it, dude! Like, stop being that
Yes.
But I mean, his plan worked. His plan worked. So I mean, you so many times you're like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Why are you allowing this to happen? Or why are you saying this? And why are you pushing people away and stuff like that? And I was just like, but it all worked out in the end, you know what I mean? But I don't know, the same thing. Those details, I don't know how good those details or how true they are, but they were entertaining in the movie for sure. If
It
they're
was.
real or not.
It
But
was.
yeah. Yeah, man, it was really good. So real quick, before we get to our ratings, so Will Smith is up for Best Actor. He is going against Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos. He's going against Power of the Dog, Benedict Cumberbatch, which we're going to watch, Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom, and then Denzel Washington in Macbeth. So we're not watching Tick, Tick, Boom or Tragedy Macbeth. I seen Macbeth, and Denzel was, oh boy, awesome. Like, amazing. Harvey Bardem, Javier was kind of but I heard Cumberbatch was really good, which we're going to watch, and I heard Andrew Garfield was really good, which we're not going to watch Tick, Tick, Boom, though. But he has a good shot. Will Smith has a very good shot of winning an Oscar. He won the Critics Award the other day.
Yeah, he did.
So certain awards are good indicators of what you win or not. So he has a really, really good shot of winning an Academy Award, which was awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Wow.
But yeah, like one other bad part where they were gonna show him go kill that one guy. He had the gun, and it just so happened, so it's a drive-by. So okay, like I could see you walking up to him and say some shit, but don't show the gun. I mean, once again, this is a movie, got a suspense reality. I don't know how much of this is actually true, because if it is, then this whole outcome could have been different if that would have happened. You know, so
Yeah. I feel like that was the only part where it was so out of who that character was.
yes, out of character is right. Yes,
yeah, they're making him to be this very smart, level-headed, don't worry, it's going to work out in the end because I have a plan. And then he's going to do that, and I don't think that's true. If it is, that's super crazy. But I get why they put it in the movie, because the drive-by happened, and it kind of like, like you can see it as like a message, from above, kind of like, hey, you don't do this. You have to be better. And I mean, I don't know if you want to count it because somebody died. So I don't know if that's a sign from above, but it's just like a sign from the universe, or I don't know, whatever. But it's like it was just like an event that reminded him, like, no, you have to focus on what's important. Don't focus on this, because this is little and you're focusing on something bigger than this.
right.
But I it was very out of character. That was a part where I'm like, don't do it. Don't what? And
Yeah,
I thought, like you said, I thought it was going to go into a different direction. I was like, what? But
yeah,
that was the one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a murder, self uh self-defense kind of thing, and then he's gonna come out of jail or prison or found out guilty or something, and then that's when the whole story picks up. But no, well, it wasn't even like that at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I'm glad it didn't. I'm really glad it didn't.
Me too. Me too. I'm glad that it didn't happen that way. What I did like was that now after that guy was passed, um, the other group guy, the secondhand guy,
Yeah.
always told him, "Oh, just leave him alone, man. Just leave him alone. Just let it be." But he pulled up and he's like, "Hey, if you need anything, you're good." Okay.
Yeah.
Then he goes by the car, takes off. I'm like,
Yeah. Or when
okay.
when Rick came to look at the girls and they were in Compton and they're like, hey, who's that white boy? Who's that white boy? You know, he was like, oh, you know, Whitey's with me. Whitey's with me. He's like, he's good.
He's good.
He was, when he said something, he goes, I won't let you get shot. Don't worry. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like he went in there like it was no big deal. It was like, dude, you're in Compton. You know, and one, you're a white dude from California dressed the way you're dressed, like you stick out like a sore thumb, dude. And you're going to a tennis court, which, you know, is not known, which is one of the reasons why he chose tennis. You know, he's like, they have a better advantage or better possibility of making it big, you know, because he was like, women weren't that big in the time, and he's like, I'm gonna make the two best women. So that was pretty cool. But to finish it off, what would you give this? A now, later, or a never?
I'm gonna give it a now. Just the fact that the whole story is captivating. The whole story is really good. The whole story is just everything. I really can't explain anything else. Will Smith, all the supporting cast, they're just phenomenal. The little girls, you know, they were great. They're perfect. They're perfect for them. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I This is a now, definitely a now movie. I say go watch it when you get a chance. Um, don't miss out.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna give it a now. Like I said in the beginning, I was upset I didn't watch it sooner. Just great story. It was told very well, where you were invested in it, even though you knew exactly what was gonna happen. You know that Serena and Venus were both gonna be great.
Right.
So it was, you know, it's just like when you know the outcome and you're still invested, it's a good movie. And definitely everybody from John Bernthal to Will Smith to the girls were amazing in it. And yeah, I mean, there's parts where you wanted to cry, you know, and there's parts where you wanted to punch the TV because you're like, don't do this, like, what are you doing? So yeah, it was just like it was very, very well done. So one last thing, where would you rank this with all the other movies that we're watching for Best Picture for the Oscars?
This is right now the best out there. So this one I rank actually number one. So
As of right now, yeah, I'm
as of
right
right
there
now,
with you. Yeah, I'm right there. Coda is good, but this one was just, the acting was phenomenal in it, you know.
right?
So, but yeah, I'm gonna give this one the best one so far. Still a couple more movies we need to see. But yeah.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. So far we watched this one, which was King Richard, then Coda, and we also watched Drive My Car, Belfast, Licorice Pizza, and Nightmare Alley. So we're coming up to the back end of all the movies.
6.
So yep.
So we got
four more stuff. Yep.
Okay.
4 more movies, and then the Oscars are March 27th, and we'll see what happens. But that is it for this one for our Oscar review. Make sure you go check out all the other ones that we did, and make sure you keep an eye out. Make sure you hit that sub button and keep an eye out for the next movies we're doing. And then we're gonna come back probably that Sunday after, or a day after the Oscars, and talk about who won and are we surprised and not surprised and stuff like that. And also be on the lookout for our contest that we're doing. So make sure you go join the Spoiler Kings on Facebook. It's going to be there, and I'll put a link in the description. And you just pick the winners, and whoever gets the most correct wins the contest. But that is it from us this week from Spoiler Kings. Anything else before we head out?
Nope.
Cool. But that is it. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.
Have a good one.